Over the past week, Data for Progress has polled 4 Senate races, South Carolina, Iowa, and both races in Georgia. In all 4 races, Democratic Party candidates now lead. All of these are races Data for Progress polled previously. In all 4 races, we find substantial movement in the direction of the Democratic Party. In the face of Democratic enthusiasm that's generated prolific fundraising numbers and energetic volunteering, Republicans, even in traditionally conservative-leaning states, have begun to see their poll numbers sag. Frustration with a Republican-controlled Senate that has failed repeatedly to pass even bare minimal legislation to blunt the economic and public health impacts of the coronavirus pandemic is only mounting. In the Palmetto State, we find that Democrat Jamie Harrison now leads the Republican incumbent, Sen. Lindsey Graham, RSC, by 1 percentage point, 47 to 46. Our previous polling in South Carolina, 2 weeks ago, found Harrison trailing Graham by 1 percentage point. This new polling and margin in favor of Harrison comes on the heels of Harrison's awe-inspiring third-quarter fundraising haul of $57 million, a record in South Carolina and nationwide Senate races. Democrats have not won a Senate race in this state since 1998. However, this close race and enthusiasm for Harrison's campaign suggests South Carolina Democrats are gaining ground in a Republican stronghold. In Iowa, Democrat Teresa Greenfield now has a 4-point, 47 to 43 lead over incumbent Senator Joni Ernst, Iowa. Greenfield is thus running 5 points ahead of Biden in the state. Like Harrison, Greenfield has shattered state fundraising records. Her campaign has raised $28.7 million since July, the highest figure ever reported by a Senate candidate in Iowa. Since our last poll of this race in late September, when we found Greenfield with a 1-point lead and 11% of voters undecided, these results suggest undecided voters have started to line up behind Greenfield. Support for Libertarian Rick Stewart and Independent Suzanne Herzog totals 3%, 2 for Stewart, 1 for Herzog. We first polled the pair of Georgia races in mid-September and found Ossoff down by 1 point. In the span of roughly 1 month, the race has swung, on net, by 2 points in Ossoff's favor. In the special election for Georgia's other Senate seat, Reverend Raphael Warnock led a crowded field with 27% of the vote a month ago. In our most recent survey, Warnock now polls at 30%, adding 3 points to his lead. Taken together, these 4 results paint a picture of a deteriorating electoral position for the Republican Senate candidates. Under the leadership of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, these Republicans have pursued a ludicrously unpopular agenda. Most notably, they've proceeded with the nomination of a reactionary Supreme Court nominee in lieu of passing more coronavirus relief. Our polling suggests that Republicans will pay a stiff electoral penalty, potentially large enough to cost them control of the Senate. In all 3 of the states we polled, we find that voters overwhelmingly want the Senate to prioritize coronavirus relief over filling the vacancy on the Supreme Court. In Iowa, Georgia, and South Carolina, 66%, 62%, and 61% of likely voters, respectively, would prefer that the Senate prioritize coronavirus relief over confirming Judge Amy Coney Barrett. The Republican Party's agenda is deeply out of step with public opinion, and the televised confirmation hearings for Barrett leave their twisted priorities fully on display. Rather than assure people don't lose their health care in the midst of a pandemic, Republicans are doing everything they can to confirm a Supreme Court justice who would likely, if given the opportunity, vote to strike down the Affordable Care Act, and take pleasure in doing so. But many voters, even in traditionally Republican states, see this for what it is and reject it. In less than 3 weeks, these voters will be given an opportunity to do something about it. All of our data is publicly available here, and we will publish more surveys next week at the Data for Progress 2020 Summit Project. Donate to get Mitch or die trying and volunteer with Indivisible at the Payback Project. Our previous Crooked.com articles from weeks 1, 2 and there can be found here, and here, respectively. Danielle Day-Seroth is the climate data analyst for Data for Progress. Follow her on Twitter at Danielle Dice. Evangel Ameraca is a polling analyst at Data for Progress. Follow her on Twitter at Evangel Ameraca. Ethan Winter is an analyst at Data for Progress. Follow him on Twitter at Ethan Winter. Let's block ads. Why?
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.